guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm KarinaJoelle if you're new here. If you're not new here, still KarinaJoelle. So today's video, I'm very excited to be refilling because I already did this once, but let's do it again. This time it'll be much better though, I really believe that. So today we are going to be doing a 3 looks 1 palette with the gorgeous 3503 Morphe palette. If you haven't seen this gorgeous baby mama, she is all your fall dreams coming true in one palette. What more could you ask for? So I wanted to do a 3 looks 1 palette with this palette because we know Morphe palettes. Because we know Morphe eyeshadows are amazing. We know they're pigmented, we know their blendability, we know they're rich, we know they're really affordable, we know they're great. But with those type of palettes, I know a lot of people are like, what the hell? What am I gonna do? What should I do? So I wanted to give you 3 versions of what I would do with that. So let's dive into this beautiful 3503 Fierce by Nature palette, and I hope you enjoy the looks I am about to present to you. Alright, 1, 2, 3, let's go. Alright guys, so I have primed my eyelids, and for all the 3 looks that I'm going to be doing, I have kept the little paper that has the shade names on them, so that's where I'll be telling you I'm going in with blah blah blah, just so you know. So the first shade for this look that I want to go in with is the shade Inferno. It's that really beautiful red shadow, and I'm just going to start in the middle of the eye. Place that down and begin to blend it out. It's a beautiful like pink shade. And then beginning to use the brush, I'm going to wiggle it and try and blend out as much as I can with the same brush. Alright, so taking a small amount of the shade Trace on just a random brush, it's like a nice blending shade. I'm just going to go on top of what I already blended out. Just see if that can help boost up any more blending. It's best blending, but still keep it vibrant, you know? Just taking a little bit more of that shade Inferno and bring back a small amount of that intensity. Next, I'm going to be going on a different brush using the shade Ignition. It's like a deep burgundy shade, and I just want to like bring some depth to this. Doesn't matter if you get some on the eye, because we're going to be going over that area anyway. And then going in with the brush that we had the shade Inferno on, I'm just going to go over with it to meet, as I hope they go together quite nicely. So what I want to do now is I'm going to take the shade Smoked Out, which is the like kind of like muted black shade in the palette. I'm going to take it on a little pencil brush, and we're just going to create some definition over the burgundy shade before we cut the crease and put some fun colors down. Just going to start it out by working it slowly, but mostly in the crease. Then taking the brush that we took that shade Ignition on, I'm just gonna go over that and begin trying to like blend it. Alright, so the next step is I'm going to take my concealer of choice and cut that crease, kind of. Might be like a lower type of cut crease specifically on my eye, just because of where my lid lies. So I'm taking my concealer, I'm just kind of pressing it. I'm going to go not too far up because I still want you to see that darker shade. Alright, and now I'm going to take the shade, oh damn. So the pink shade that I've been putting on my eyelid the entire time is actually the shade Unstoppable, and I think I've been calling it Inferno. The pink shade is Unstoppable. I'm now taking Inferno, which is the like red metallic. And I'm going to stamp it on the outside and the outer corner and the inner corner of the eye. Ooh, yeah, that's very pretty. Just kind of keep leaving room for like a spotlight. In the middle of that spotlight, I'm going to take the shade Frenzy and pop her in the middle. Yes, very pretty. Then taking no extra product, just gonna kind of blend it all together. Alright, so now it's time to go in and kind of play and fix up what we did. So I'm going to take no extra product on the same brush and kind of bring in some of this, the darker black shade, just because it kind of creates like a definition to that part of the eye. And then on a different brush, we're going to take that shade Ignition, that like mahogany burnt burgundy shade, and just put it back in there, reintroduce it now that we've got a lot more going on here. Then just a little bit more, we're going to take the real shade Unstoppable, which is the pink, and bring some of that back in, reshape the eye. Alright, since we have so much going on top, we're just going to keep the under eye pretty simple. Taking that shade Unstoppable, gonna put some of the lines, some of that under there. And then blending out with the shade Trance. Just gonna go bam, bam, bam. Brought it a little bit lower into my eye bag area. Bam, 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 bam. I'm going to do the other eye, throw on some lashes, and then you'll get to see the final look. This is it for the first look. Now let's roll into the second look. Alright guys, now for look number 2. The first shade we're going to be going in with is the shade Consume. And I'm just taking that on a flat brush, and I'm going to begin buffing it onto the eye. I want to keep the shape of this look pretty rounded. So we're just going to pack on the color and then blend it out. That helps you see the shadow better. And then continuing to build up that crease, I'm going to take the shade Domination on a different brush. And just to like darken this area up. With no new product, I'm just gonna blend that out. Now taking the shade Come Alive, that beautiful green shade, on a like smaller brush, we're going to begin introducing that to the crease. This shade seems a bit more like a pressed pigment compared to the other shades. Where if you've had the James Charles palette, you know what I'm talking about. Where a lot of those are a bit more, you can tell just based on their texture between two shades that they're a lot like softer. They have a lot of pigment, just they're a bit more finicky to work with, but definitely worth it once you get them to cooperate. So it just takes a lot of like packing and blending. When I'm packing the green shade on, I want you to see it above the crease, just because I'm going to be going over with the shimmer green shade. And now on a flat brush, picking up that shade Power Play, just going to begin packing that all over the eye. And then picking up some of that matte shade Come Alive again, we're going to just work above where our gorgeous shimmer shade is. Then going back in with a very little amount of the shade Domination, just to deepen the outside again. And then I always like to play a little bit, going back and forth and with shades that I think need to be brought back in on looks. So I feel like, oh, I need a tinsy bit more of the orange here, or a little bit of the darker shade here, a little bit more green here. Do as you will. Alright, I'm gonna go do the rest of my face off camera, and then I'll be back to do the under eye with you guys. Alright, so we have on the rest of the face. I threw on some eyelashes, did my whole foundation, threw on some lipstick. We're good, just gotta finish off the under eye now. So I'm going to take the shade Power Play on a like little eyeliner brush, and I'm just gonna put it more like in the middle of my under eye area. Pretty much doing what we have on top, but on the bottom. I forgot to plug in my mic, so if any of that audio is different, I apologize. I was just taking Demolition and putting it on the outer and the inner of the eye. Then we're going to take a different brush, take the orange shade Consume, take a little bit, not too much, get off the excess, and then just place it under both of those shades. And that's it for look 2. Alright guys, now time for the third look. So for the first shade, I'm going to be taking this shade Savage again and begin placing that all over the lid, blending it out, using that as our blending shade almost? Is that what I'm trying to say? Sorry if I'm a little out of it. I'm not feeling my best right now. Feeling a little sick. Next I'm going to take the shade Ferocious and begin putting that a little bit lower than where we put the shade Savage. We'll begin working it to eye, just like the definition this shade gives. Now on a flat brush, I'm going to take the shade Disrupt and begin packing that on the outer corner. Then using a small amount of Ferocious, begin like blending that out. On a smaller brush, I'm going to take the shade Stamina and begin working that on the outer corner, just to bring some depth to the eye. Now we're going to take our concealer and a flat brush and you guessed it, cut that crease. And then immediately, while it's still tacky, I'm going to take some of that shade Stun Wild and place it all over the lid. Alright, you could honestly leave the look like this and I feel like it's very, very cute. But I'm going to take some of my NYX glitter glue, pop some of that all over where we just laid down that gorgeous shade. Then picking up the shade Make Believe on my finger. As you can tell, it's a gorgeous glitter shade. And press that onto the glitter glue. So I'm kind of struggling with that awesome, like super glittery shade. The first time I filmed this, I did not have these issues. It's just kind of patchy, and that's what I just tried to show you. But, I mean, it looks nice. I'm definitely glad I have that, that Stun Wild shade under it. I'm gonna pop some of that more on top so that it covers up, hopefully, oh my god, this eye is killing me. Hopefully covers up the patches. I don't know. You have to let me know if you guys struggle with that shade too. Luckily, I did not purchase this palette for that shade specifically. I try not to purchase palettes just for glitter shades because a lot of the time you'll just end up disappointed. I do think one of the best parts of this palette is the shade Stun Wild and Frenzy. They look so good on the eye. I cannot wait. I'm going to put Frenzy on the inner corner, and it's just going to bring the whole look together. So I'm going to take this brush, and on it I have the shade Jolt and a bit more Stamina, and I just want to kind of create some structure to this look. Alright, so I just had to toy with that a little bit. So after putting the kind of cat eye effect portion, I went in with the shade Jolt and just kind of deepened the outer corner. I took some of the shade Ferocious and kind of brought in the orange cat eye effect. Then I just went in with the shade Disruptive Major Hottie and put it there. I think it looks pretty good with eyelashes on, but I'm going to go film the foundation part of this video, so I'll be back to finish off the under eye. Alright, I have thrown my foundation on. This video on this foundation will be going up on Thursday, Friday? Tuesday and Friday, are those my upload days? Sorry, I'm sorry if I was weird at the beginning of this look. I'm not feeling well, but let's finish the under eyes. So, I'm going to take on a little pencil brush. I'm going to take that shade Stamina and just keep it really tight and just wiggle it under the eye. Then I'm going to take that shade Disrupt on a little pencil brush and put that under the eye as well. Keep it close. My eye hurts. It has nothing to do with the eyeshadow, don't worry. Then on a different fluffy brush, I'm going to take some of that shade Savage and just blend the two out under. Too much. Oops. Just taking a very small amount of Savage. Alright, mascara on, and one last final step. We're going to take the shade Frenzy on a little pointer brush and pop that on the inner corner. And that's it for look number 3. This is it for look number 3 from the Morphe 3503 palette. I love this palette. I think it's gorgeous. The tones are amazing. It's going to be everybody's go-to fall eyeshadow palette. With Morphe shadows, you know they're going to blend amazingly. You know their pigment's going to be there. It's a great palette. I really love it, and I hope you guys enjoyed these 3 looks. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to watch me put more things on my face, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Let me know if you enjoy 3 looks per 1 palette videos, because I could do more of those in the future if you liked. But until next time, be nice to each other. Have a good day. Bye.